So, welcome to Post Progress. Today's guest is Mrs. Archana Kesavan. She's an HR, she's a LinkedIn consultant by Nexus Premium Consulting Firma. So, what makes this conversation special is that Archana ji sits on the other side of the table. She's the one who reads your CV, reviews your LinkedIn, and makes hiring decisions. So, today we have divided our conversation into three parts: her personal journey, so the suggestions she want to give to the women who want to rebuild their career, and most importantly, the real and honest tips on CV or the LinkedIn and cover letter. So, welcome, Archana ji, and thank you so much for agreeing to us. So, let's begin.
Thank you so much.
So, let's start with your personal journey. When you came to Germany, how your journey started, and what was your pause phase, and what led to that? Came back to working as freelancers in HR here in Germany.
Right. So this is again like a big gap of 10 years from 2013 onwards, like then that came to my mind suddenly. Like my kids, both, I have one son and one daughter, and they started going to full-time school. So then I realized, after a big gap of 10 years, is it possible for me to restart my career and see if that works in Germany or not?
Yeah.
So came to my mind, and also my inner feelings also started, you need to, in fact, this I keep telling to all the individual here, to all women, you need to have your own individuality.
Genau, yeah.
That is very important because, yeah, Archana, before marriage with her father, brother, mother, work, school, college, okay. And after marriage, it's her family, her husband's family, okay, fine. But who's Archana? If someone asks me, what are you? So that kind of individuality, where will I get? So that's hurting me, like, okay, let me start and see if I am kind of fit enough or capable that I can get a job here. So that's when came to my mind, and I wanted to restart my career, and that's when I started applying for job.
Yeah.
Now again, the phase came in where language, as that was a big barrier for me, because I didn't even know that I had to do a language, because 2014 and 16 time, nobody even guided me that you need to do a language here to get into a job. Nobody, even my husband also didn't tell me that. So yeah, language barrier came in, cultural barrier came in, but still I gave a chance. I thought, okay,
Yeah.
let me apply it.
So you were already qualified for that, basically. In India also you were working in the same field, or you studied something here. You changed your field or what?
No, I didn't change my field. I didn't change my field at all. I started applying to my field only, like HR. But when I started applying, I didn't know that the market condition in Germany and India is totally different. It's not the same. Not only HR recruitment, I'm saying whatever, even also, it's not the same. So now to all the candidates, I say, like, I have 10 years of experience in India, but when I apply here, I don't get any job. What is the reason? When they ask me, I say, as a recruiter, I say, you don't have any experience in German. You are a fresher.
Yeah.
Because this is what, when I applied, they say, oh, you have 8 years of experience in India. No, but you're a fresher in Germany.
Genau.
I said, 8 years of experience in India, but that's in India. It's not me.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
not
totally.
I was qualified here, but still I applied.
Right. So, what was your hardest moment during your pause when you were applying? You might be getting rejections or something. So, what were the hardest moments in your pause during your getting when you were refacing your journey? What was that?
I was applying for continuously 8 months. I didn't stop.
After the language.
Even the language barrier was there. I was just doing A1, then slowly, but still I was applying. And for a consultant, HR consultant, you need at least C1, C2 here to go to a job to land in a year.
Yeah.
But even and no experience in Germany, but still I was applying. I was going on applying. The one thing I tell people, please don't get demotivated that you apply within a month and you get a lot of rejections. No, just trust the process. You keep applying, you'll get it. Somewhere you will land somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
I was applying for 8 months and lot of rejections. My CV got rejected. I also had one round of interview. They said you cannot speak language, you don't have any experience here. But still, I was going on applying. But I was not getting demotivated at all. My only motivation was, Archana, just keep it in your mind that somewhere you will land something.
Yeah.
Don't think. And one thing is, I didn't apply for any big companies or any just applying for normal startup company. You pay me, you don't pay me, that doesn't matter for me. The most thing I wanted here is the experience. So to get an experience, I have to get into a small company where I can learn something. So that was there in my mind. So I was going on applying. But yes, cultural background, or when I had this funniest question also in my one of the interview, they said, like, asked me, so you're married, you have 2 kids, and who's going to take care of your 2 kids? So how can you
Yeah,
come to a
that's
company? Yes, or you work from home, but still you say you are like 10-year and 3-year old, but how can you take care of it? That's my problem, right? I have to take care or not. But no, we cannot do that. So many things kind of blockage came into my mind, but still I was going on applying.
so
Let's
nice. So,
see,
yeah.
break the barriers. So you end up to the destination.
Right. So what do you think that you can say the biggest mistakes women make when returning back to the work after a pause? Because up till now you might have met plenty of women with such background.
Yeah, that is. See, personally, I faced people saying that you have to take care of your family. You cannot do this work. You cannot that work. You cannot get committed. All these things people tell me also when I was start applying for a job and all.
Yeah.
So these kind of comes in, and women have this double mind also. I apply for a full-time job. So when I go to an office, can I take care of my family? These things comes into your mind. I was very clear that I will not go for any full-time job because I need a job. It's not like need a job for the money's sake. I need to keep myself engaged. I have to utilize my skills also. I have to learn something. I have to get the experience here in Germany. That was there in my mind. But at the same time, I need to take care of my family as well. My kids, I cannot leave. So one good thing in Germany is we have this freelancing and mini job. That's when I got to know. Mini job, you cannot find it in India, or freelancing, yes, is. But again, freelancing also in India, you have to work for these many hours. But freelancing, it's amazing. You take your own time. You're a consultant. You can work. You take your time when you are free. Do the consulting. You get paid for it.
And so, is it possible, according to your experience, to switch the fields after a gap or to maintain in the same field? Like if someone is working in, suppose it was working in some, you can say in biofield and now wants to move into HR, is that possible now?
If openly, if I have to say no, that is not possible because that field and this field is totally different. Like as you said, like bio and HR field is totally different. Unless you have little bit of touch that you have done with HR in bio field, like come not completely into research and all. In research, HR will not come at all. Though you have certifications in HR, but also you need to give a strong reason as to why you want to change the field. Many people do this mistake saying that, no, I am not getting a job in bio, that's why I want to shift to HR. No, that's not an answer. So then when you will leave this job and go to the next job, right? Then why
Definitely.
the company? So you should also have a strong reason as to why do you want to change field. But I have seen many people like from teacher, they come to HR, but still, somewhere the connections are there, like you maintain you have the customer relation from the teacher, but you science to HR is a bit difficult practically.
Okay. And so coming to your LinkedIn tips. So what tips you want to give on CV, on LinkedIn, how we can make a CV that is ATS friendly and why does it matter basically right now?
Yeah, right now everybody talks about ATS. But when I started searching for a job, nobody spoke about ATS. So if you look at my profile when I started applying, it was like 3-page resume. But now we just need only one page where we just say 7 seconds is what we take for a resume to just go through. And it has to be ATS friendly because the ATS, why do we say it is ATS? It has to be ATS friendly because we mainly look only for the skill sets. Most of the people, they don't mention their skills, they don't highlight it. And we don't have much time to go through your complete resume and then process it to the hiring manager again next to my technical team or whatever. Because I say, oh, this candidate is very nice. Can we process for the interview? Now, if that candidate doesn't know that skill at all, but he has not mentioned in your resume, but you just take it to the next step, I'll get fired. He will
Yeah.
come and ask me, what have you sourced, Archana? What is this? So we recruiters n number of profiles. In a day, at least I get 10 messages in LinkedIn like, okay, I'm looking for a job, not only from the client, what I'm looking for, but still, as a Archana, I'm looking for a job. You can send it to someone else, your colleague or something. Immediately, when I open the resume, I just 2 lines. I said, please, you have to change it. I don't have time. I don't have to read your 16-page resume. If you have 15 years of experience and you put it in 16 pages, who's going to read it? We don't have time. So that's why this ATS came in. ATS completely filters your resume according to the skills, according to the job description. So that
Con
is
competence column you're saying about, right?
ATS skills. The skills must be the top priority when you and when you prioritize your resume. That is very, very, very important.
And what about
And
the cover? Sorry, I'm interrupting. What about the cover letter?
cover letter is just the motivational letter that usually you say, why do you want to apply for this job? Like for the company is asking for Java developer. You have experience in Java developer doesn't mean that I take you. Why? You just have to mention 2-3 sentences out of the box why the company or why the recruiter should see your resume. What is that one line that I see that different that this candidate we can take in, or go to the interview, you pass your interview, that's in your hand, okay, but at least till the interview level, I as a recruiter I should push your resume, right? So why should I get Java developer only one position, but I get 10 resume and I pick only 2? Why those 2? That's where the cover letter really matters a lot. That 2 lines, motivation, why? I am motivated because I know your company is so big. Oh, that means if you have another big company, you move on then, right? Then why should I take your resume? So
There are a lot of
I
tips that you can give actually to our women.
I funny cover letters and resumes also. I'm motivated. I'm strong enough. Come on, everybody is motivated. Please don't do this. This is what I tell them. Don't do this and all. So
Yeah.
yeah, cover important. Resume ATS friendly is very, very important. As I said, there is no much time that we recruiters can go through the complete resume. And yes, the most important, my specialization, LinkedIn, because most people are not still aware why LinkedIn is important, especially here in Germany.
Yeah.
So that is one of the very useful website or a tool for it's not only like networking, but you have a lot of information in that. And I didn't know the use of LinkedIn when I started working as a freelancer recruiter. I used to source profiles, in fact still now, from LinkedIn only. I don't go to any job portals. I go to
Okay.
LinkedIn connections, I talk to them. It's not a personal talk, like over the phone. I just message, so that I get the resume. Because in LinkedIn, most of the people, they don't, yeah, it's like open to work they put, but most of them will be looking for a job or a job change, but they don't put it across because their company also, right? But we recruiters, when we start prompting them, they just send their resumes, and it will be a very apt 100% to the job description.
Mm.
You get good quality resumes from LinkedIn.
Okay, nice. So it's important to optimize your CV and LinkedIn and definite ATS friendly and the cover. We need all the tips. We can have a different session on the specific for these tips, how to
Sure,
make a
sure.
CV optimized. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
one
yeah.
short message now that you want to give to the women sitting at home and those who are right now in the pause phase, and how you can inspire them. One message for them.
See, one message that I want to give from my personal experience also I want to share is like, please don't get demotivated for whatever that you have been applying for a job, and the language barrier and everything will be there. It's just that you have to cross that barrier and come. So please go out and talk to people. The more and more you network with people, that's when your doors will be open. It was a very good. Oh, this is the power of networking
Yeah.
that I have seen
Okay.
in Germany. I'm coming here to Germany and getting into this LinkedIn and all. That's the power of networking. So one thing is, please don't get demotivated. Go out and talk and keep moving forward so that the doors will open for you more and more and more.
Yeah,
You
right.
are capable of a lot of things. It's just that our mindset, we have to also change our mindset little bit. You have to come out of the comfort zone and see what the world has for you.
Yeah,
So
so
that's
so beautiful you said. You're right. And thank you so much, Archana ji, for sharing such an honest and valuable insight. I think every woman needs to hear this from our community and yeah, like how to step out, how what have to be done and yeah, thank you so much. So if this helped you
thank you.
out, yeah. So for the audience, if this helped you out, drop a comment below and share with a woman who is right now optimizing her CV or LinkedIn. And always remember, your pause is not your end, it's just the beginning. Thank you.